To all my bright lights and my positive patties, all my people with good energy, I just want to remind you guys to remember to be careful if you come in contact with a jealous-hearted or envious person. A lot of people think that, you have to have all this materialistic stuff for a person to be jealous or envious of you. No, a person could be jealous and envious of your energy. You feel me? How you brighten up a room. You know what I'm saying? Your bright light, and you have to be careful of people like that, because majority of the time they see something in you, whatever it is, that they don't have in themselves, and they become jealous or envious of that, and they try to extinguish your bright light either with slander, gossip, rumors. They might try to attack you in the spirit, honey. And when all of those things don't work, they become dangerous. It's so many stories of people that were taken out of here because of a jealous-hearted person, an envious person. You feel me? That somebody that just wanted to extinguish their light, because they felt like that they couldn't shine if they were around. You feel me? And some of these people, you guys, will hate everything about you. They'll hate your beliefs, the things that you stand for, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. Like I said, the way you wear your hair, the topics that you talk about. And then one day you'll run up on them and they'll be talking about topics that you talk about, mimicking little things that you do, moving how you moving. If you bring, let's say for instance, you bring some bagels one day, next thing you know, they're bringing bagels. It's just really weird. And that's how you dealing with a jealous, envious person, when they start mimicking the things that you do, but they feel like you and them can't coexist in the same space with you because they want your light for themselves, and they just feel like it's not enough room for the both of you. And an envious person or a jealous person, a lot of them lack confidence. A lot of these people are doormats. A lot of them are operating on survival mode. All they know is negativity. All they know is dark energy. All they know is mess and misery. And then you come along and they looking at you like, who she thinks she is, who he think he is. And like I said, a lot of them think that you full of shit until they get around you and they like, hey, this person really is, bright and bubbly, whatever you gonna call it. And they want your, your level of positivity and the light that you carry, and they don't know how to obtain that. So, some of them want to imitate you, but they don't want you to see them imitating you. You feel me? That's where they start to try to X you out. That's where the slander come in. That's where the rumors come in. They try to make it uncomfortable so you won't come around, so you will leave, so they can show up as you and nobody will notice or nobody will say anything. And like I said, they just don't want you to see because they know they tried to downplay everything about you and now you're copying me. And a lot of them don't like, how you show up, because again, all they used to is mess and misery and negativity. So they just cannot understand for the life of them, like, why you showing up the way you showing up, And a lot of them, like I said, might be watching you and, and they just can't believe, that you the person that you are. Maybe you've been through some obstacles, and you had some things happen to you, but you didn't let those things define who you were as a person. You stepped out in faith and you showed up bright and bubbly. You showed up positive, like, hey, I'm finna put my best foot forward. I'm not finna let what happened to me kill my vibe or destroy my life, but you have some people that's just stuck in that. That's all they know. And not only that, they surround themselves with people like them. So that's where the whole, now I want to be you. A lot of them, have personality disorders, and then when they see you, they want to show up as you. I call them personality vultures. And like I said, I done seen so many cases of an envious person or a jealous person taking out, the person that they tried to become. And when everything that they did to them didn't work, they end up wanting to hurt them because they want you to feel the pain that they feel. They want you to look the way that they look, They want you to be operating in the same low vibration that they operating in because it make them feel better to see you sad or depressed or stressed out or even taken off this earth. So you guys be careful and stay prayed up and be blessed. Mwah!